one of the big findings from our Kids Happiness Survey was that 20% of you say you're worried all or most of the time. Now, worrying is completely normal and we all do it, but how can you make sure your worries don't get out of control? Well, to find out, we went along to a special worry workshop. Here's Carl.
Every now and then, all of us can feel worried.
Sometimes I worry that Mum's doing too much work.
Sometimes I worry about starting a new school.
Sometimes I get worried when homework is due and I haven't started it.
Sometimes I worry that my sister's going to get more sick.
But what should you do if that worry starts to get out of control? Well, it turns out there are a few easy steps anyone can use to help.
Hi everyone, I'm Kiralee. I'm a child psychologist. I'm going to talk to you today about worry. One of the first things that's really good to know about worry is that everyone worries, right? And this is partly because in our brain there's a little part that's designed to make us scared at times. We're going to call that the worry machine. So, what are the worried thoughts that your worry machine churns out? Zoe?
My friends won't want to be friends with me anymore if I don't do this or that.
Yeah.
When I'm older, I might not be happy and I might not have a good job.
Okay, so we're going to write some of those worried thoughts down and we're actually going to build a worry machine. We're going to put them all down on a machine so we can see what they might look like.
Kiralee says writing down the things you worry about and combining them into a worry machine can help you understand your worries. And it can help you share them too.
So guys, this is awesome. This is the coolest worry machine I've personally ever seen. Here's what I want you to know about the worry machine. It tells us things that aren't 100% true. So sometimes it makes some thinking mistakes. And I want you to start to be on the lookout for the thinking mistakes that your worry machine makes. And there are 4 kinds of thinking mistakes to look out for. So let's start with that first one there, the mind-reading thoughts. What mind-reading thoughts are is when your worry machine says, I know what someone else is thinking. Okay, so here's a mind-reading thought. Those people think I'm dumb. Here's another mind-reading thought. My friend doesn't really like me. Okay, so that's number 1. Number 2 kind of thinking here is crystal ball thinking. The worry machine says, I know what's going to happen. So here's some crystal ball thinking. Ready? I am going to fail this test. I am never going to be able to mark this football. No one is ever going to really like me. It's talking about the future. Okay, worry number 3 here is catastrophizing thoughts. Your worry machine says, this thing's happened and it's terrible, awful, end of the world. Okay, so here's some catastrophizing thinking. If I don't get invited to this party, then it'll be terrible. If I don't get at least 6 out of 10 on my spelling quiz, then it's the end of the world. And the last one we've got here is exaggerating thinking. Exaggerating thinking is pretty obvious, isn't it? What is it? It's when you exaggerate, right? The next thing I want to talk about in managing worry is to find calm sentences. They are. It's not terrible because sentences. I don't know for sure sentences. And I have a plan sentences. When you're worried and you said to yourself something that started with, it's not terrible because, do you think you'd feel a little bit better or a little bit worse? A little bit better, I think. Okay, last idea today about managing the worry machine is about acting brave. So here's what happens when we get worried. Our worry machine says, run away. Okay? When our worry machine kicks in, it tells us, get as far away from anything that could be scary as possible. Don't do scary things. So the best way sometimes to beat worry and fear is to act brave in really small ways. To think of something that's scary, that's important to you to do, and just do one tiny little step towards it.
As you can see, battling your worry machine isn't an easy process. It takes time and practice to start seeing any changes. But as these guys discovered, it can make a big difference.
Well, I have noticed that a lot of my worries are crystal ball thinking, so that's helped saying it doesn't necessarily mean that this is going to happen. That has helped quite a lot.
When I go to a new school next year, I can use those sentences to make sure I'm comfortable so I can make some new friends.
Like you say calm sentences and you think about the types of thoughts that you're having and you think if they're true or not.
I want to thank you so much for paying me such excellent attention today. You've sat and concentrated very well. And I also want to thank you for sharing all your worried thoughts with me. It's not always easy to do and I really appreciate it.